Yan. Sana ay nakikita yung screen ko. And play ka na lang to. Sige po, since we are in the middle of a Omicron wave, sino po ang makakasagot sa tanong na ito? Ano yung cytokine storm? Science.
Yan ata yung yung storm na tumatama everyday sa atin sa mga lahat ng germs, tama ba?
Carla, baka may dyan.
Wala po akong idea, Pastor.
Okay, sa readings ko, cytokine storm is actually one of the ways na namamatay, one of the ways na tinatamaan yung, lalo na yung mga severe patients of COVID. And they die not because of COVID, but because ang cytokine kasi is a part ng body natin that actually helps to fight viruses and diseases. Pero dahil sa nature niya, kasama na dito like fever na parang ini-increase niya yung temperature bale ng katawan mo. So actually yung cytokine storm parang na-overwhelm at hindi na alam ng katawan natin yung nangyayari. So ayun na po, no? And these are what happens to people in ICU. So although it's parang part lang din sa way na tinatamaan tayo. But anyway, ano lang yan, konting science, you can look it up further. I was just meditating on the fact na in our spiritual life as well, in our life with Jesus, sometimes nagkakaroon tayo ng cytokine storm, no? At sana hindi fatal, no? Pero yung idea na sinasabi ni Jesus na the concerns, the worries of this world choke out, no, the spiritual life and makes it unfruitful. So parang in a sense, I want us to be aware of that, especially or even in the midst ng concerns natin. Yes, we can be, concerned with getting the virus or not getting it. Pero sana hindi yun mag-overweigh sa idea na underneath are the everlasting arms ng ating Panginoon. And always we have to look at the deeper reality that God is somehow still in control no matter what the circumstances and the situation. So I'd like to give Isaiah 6 verses 1 to 3 as somehow an example of this. And yung pinaka-sentence sa book ni Isaiah is actually this one. 7 words. Maliit lang pero very significant. In the year that King Uzziah died. So during the time ni Isaiah, si Uzziah was actually a very popular figure. Nung siya ay malakas, siya yung ang dami niyang development, build ang ang ginagawa nila sa time ni King Uzziah. But it came to a point na sa sobrang arrogant niya, tinamaan siya ng leprosy ng Panginoon. And because of that, during the last years of his life, nagtatago siya. He was not seen in the public. And he died, probably alone. So parang sa ganung circumstance, although these are the 7 words na sinulat ni Isaiah, you can just imagine ano ang mga pangyayari within sa country ng Israel. And even so, no, ang pinaka next words ni Uzziah was, or rather, the prophet Isaiah was, in the year that King Uzziah died, I saw the Lord. And that's always the answer, no, sa ating, even today with all the concerns around us with, a pandemic happening, and probably hindi yan yung worst pa, as exciting as our lives are. But we need to go back to the idea that, like Isaiah, kung gusto natin ng, true peace in spite of the circumstances, let's go back to hoping to see the Lord, no? Parang, just like what Pastor Mark said, ang dami nating pwedeng maging concern, but only one thing is necessary, and Mary has chosen that. So Mary just sat down at the feet of Jesus, no? At hindi na naghugas ng plato, kung ano-ano pa. Okay, so pagstudihan din natin 'yon, no? But the idea, the very idea is in the midst of all of your concerns, sana you would see the Lord. And here's the entire text of it, no? On how Isaiah saw the Lord. And I hope we see this, no? Sana ma-appreciate natin, because sometimes even in the prayer meeting, for example, hindi yung Lord yung tinitingnan natin eh. Sometimes we just come because we are burdened with our problems, and we see the Lord as, the answer to our problems, which He is, no? But sana in the midst of all that, makita natin that we see just how wonderful and beautiful and worthy of praise yung ating Panginoon. And one way I want to capture this, no? Maikli lang, no? But there were angels, and they were, covering their faces at how amazing yung glory ng Panginoon. And let's just stay there, no? Marami pang sinabi si Isaiah here, but the main thing that the angel said was, "Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. The whole earth is full of His glory." And the thing that I want to say about this is that nag-Greek ka pa ba, Godoy? Tama ba?
Medyo nakalimutan ko na po yung marami.
Okay, in Greek, it actually has no superlatives, no? Walang way na
Most.
nagsasabi sila na very, tama ba? No? So in Genesis 14, for example, there's a text which says they fell into very, very big pits. Pero in the Hebrew, ang translation is actually they fell into pits, no? So para maging of emphasis yung isang word sa Hebrew, you actually add, the same word twice. So when example, 2 Kings 25:15, sabi dun na something was made of the purest gold. Ang translation sa Hebrew, it was made of gold, no? Dalawang beses. And you see that a lot in the Bible, but what's interesting is for most of the superlatives, dalawa lang, no? There's only one place kung saan tatlo yung superlatives, no? And that is when describing the holiness of God. And this is the way it's said, no? Ito lang yung 3 times, holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. And I hope you understand that holy is not, it's this distinct characteristic ng Panginoon that is so unique, and that, sana mag-gauge yan sa response natin, even maybe when we remember the time when we got converted, we believed in Jesus, no? Ganung essence or ganung feeling is part of it. But sana we go back to that always, no? The idea that God, the Lord God, is holy. And that's the thing we need to take in, even as we think about, our prayer concerns, our prayer requests. Sana in the midst of that, we see and discover yung holiness ng Panginoon. So I'll just keep this short, leave it here, and ayan lang po for a short meditation for this prayer time.
Maraming salamat po, Pastor Alban. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord.